One name only, one name only. Tijjani Reijnders. What a player. And no, if you guys know me and the content I make, I love Tijjani Reijnders. I've been going on about Tijjani Reijnders since he was at AZ Alkmaar. Then when he went to Milan and then started playing for the Netherlands. If any of you guys follow me on Twitter, Tyrone MC __, go and check the tapes. I've been screaming for Manchester United to sign this player when Erik ten Hag was there. He was bringing all these Dutchmen. No, bring me Tijjani Reijnders. But no, he didn't. And I knew that one day he was going to end up at the perfect club, the right club, an elite club. And at 27 years of age now, he has ended up at Manchester City. And he's shown the world and the Premier League what he can do in just one game. And already I'm looking at it as maybe the signing of the summer, potentially, because he got a goal, he got an assist, he got a man of the match, and he was just controlling and bossing the game with everything he was doing, which I'm going to touch on now. Because Tijjani Reijnders and Manchester City fans, you have got a player that you are going to love, if not love already. Because I feel like this player has always been destined for the top. I felt like when he got his move to Milan, he was going to go there for a few years and then go to a bigger team. And whatever bigger team got him, I knew that they were getting a gem. And it happens to be one of my rivals, which is Manchester City. And now look, I've got to watch Manchester City knowing that they're playing one of my favourite footballers in world football right now, because I've loved Tijjani Reijnders. I just love everything about him. And I think he's always been suited to the Premier League, not in just this era, but previous eras. He is that midfielder that could play in a 4-4-2 because he can do it all. He can just run. He's got energy. He can pass. He can score. He can create. He's dynamic, athletic. He can play in any era. And that's what I love about Tijjani Reijnders. He's not a system player. He is a midfielder. A midfielder that you say, look, do you know what? I could play him in 4-3-3, 3-5-2, 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. Whatever it is, Tijjani Reijnders gets into your starting 11. And look, his debut for Manchester City was brilliant. It was one of the best debuts I've seen in recent years from a midfielder coming into a top club. I have to be completely honest with you, because what he done against Wolves, and look, yes, it's Wolves and it's a game Manchester City should be winning, but we've got to look at Manchester City from last season, their aspirations to compete for the Premier League this season, Pep Guardiola signing a new deal, and the pressure is on now. You know, whatever signings come in, they have to literally perform, because Manchester City need to upgrade on what they did last year. And Tijjani Reijnders was given the keys in the more advanced role behind Erling Haaland, and he delivered. He delivered with everything he was doing. You look at Tijjani Reijnders here, a Man City debut to remember. Look at the touch map. Everywhere. Everywhere. On the right-hand side, in behind the striker, a little bit deeper on the right side. He was everywhere for Manchester City. And that is exactly what Manchester City needed. Don't forget, they didn't have Rodri back. He's not back for a few weeks. So they're going to have like a new signing feeling with him coming back. But they didn't have him as the main midfielder, which is Rodri. So Reijnders had to come in, play alongside, obviously, Bernardo Silva and Nico Gonzalez. We all know Bernardo Silva, his legs are going, even though he's now the club captain. So he played a bit deeper. Nico Gonzalez, a player that's very talented, coming in from Spain. But we knew, coming in from obviously being at Porto, and also looking at him thinking, right, it's a big season for him. What can he do? You know, will he step up? Will he be given the opportunities? And we've seen preseason videos of, you know, him being coached by Pep Guardiola, where it was a new look midfield, 100% with Gonzalez and Reijnders in there. It was a new look midfield. But this guy here was special. He was everywhere. He was dynamic. He was athletic. He was driving with the ball. He was passing the ball at the right times. He was breaking lines in terms of his goal. His goal was great. You know, breaking lines, getting forward. You know, given, I think it was Oscar Bob or Rico Lewis running through, giving him the option on the left-hand side, and it was a one-take finish on his left foot into the bottom corner. And I already said he got 10 goals last year for AC Milan in the league. So he got his debut goal in the Premier League. But it wasn't just a goal that I'm going to talk about. For me, when you look at Manchester City and where they've lacked recent years, obviously Kevin De Bruyne is now left, right? Jack Grealish is now left. Phil Foden's gone off the boil a little bit. Yeah, you've got Nico Gonzalez that's coming. Ilkay Gundogan getting older, Bernardo Silva getting older. And when you look at Man City and their successes over the last 5, 6, 7 years, Bernardo Silva has been an integral part of that because he was everywhere. I remember the game against Anfield when he ran like 17 or 18 kilometers. That guy was a fitness machine. And unfortunately, you can't do that as you get older and older. So Manchester City, for me, have lacked legs. They've lacked that athleticism, that dynamism. Last year, they were easy to run past. When you were attacking them, you could get through that midfield. They were lacking an element of control. They needed hunger. They needed more legs. They needed more athleticism. And Tijjani Reijnders possesses all the attributes you need. Ball carrying, box to box energy, versatility, creating, scoring, everything you want from a midfielder such as Gundogan, potentially even Kevin De Bruyne. Kovacic. Reijnders gives you a bit of everything. He's the all-round midfielder, which is why I said he can play in any era. And I think they have signed a gem for under 60 million. Under 60 million in today's market. And a debut like that, where you know with Pep Guardiola and coaching, your stock's only going to go that way. If you're an integral part of Pep Guardiola's system and his team, and you're playing like that after a few preseason games and then coming into the Premier League, you're only going to get better. The tactical tweaks, the movement, arriving late in the box, when to release it, which way to control the ball, the body shape, or what you want to do. Pep Guardiola is a master in terms of teaching players what to do at the right times. And Reijnders' ceiling is only going to increase. And when I look at all action midfielders now, I'm trying to look at many that are better than him in the league, because some people might be a bit better defensively, but are they as good offensively? When we're talking about the complete package, Reijnders is up there. Beleba's up there from Brighton. Bentancur maybe as a all-round midfielder is up there. The Tottenham midfielder, underrated. But when you look at it, obviously Caicedo's a bit more defensive-minded. Do you get what I'm saying? So when, Declan Rice can maybe do a bit of everything, to be fair. But when you look at all-round midfielders with solid technical ability, who can score, defend, ball carry, Reijnders is an absolute gem. And do you know what I love about it as well? It's the fact that even his assist for Erling Haaland, it was a great assist. He gets the ball on the right-hand side. He runs with it, plays it to the right back, gets the ball again down the right touchline. And a lot of players would just rush that pass across the box and lash it and hope that someone gets on the end of it. He got up, he looked around, and he saw Haaland arriving at the edge of the box. And it wasn't even the pass that was just straight at Haaland. It was the pass into Haaland that allowed him to run onto the ball and strike it first time. And look, there you are. There's the end result. Manchester City scoring again. Erling Haaland scoring 2. Reijnders getting his goal and assist. And Ryan Cherky coming off the bench to put the icing on the cake effectively. And that is the perfect debut for Tijjani Reijnders. I think he showed everything of why he was so, rated in Italy, what he can give Manchester City, because I feel their midfield needed a refresh. I think it needed, an upheave in terms of personality, character, fresh legs, energy. And Tijjani Reijnders is the perfect fit for this team. I don't think they could have got anyone better right now in Europe that could come in and just do what he can do. Fits like a glove. And look, I'm not just saying this. I've been screaming about this player for so long. And Manchester City, I have to say, you have got a gem. And based off the first weekend of the Premier League, people beware. Manchester City are coming for this Premier League title. They are coming for this Premier League title. There is no way that this team can't score goals. You've got Doku, you've got Haaland, you've got Foden to come back in the fold. You've now got Reijnders, you've now got Cherky, you've got Oscar Bob back from injury, Marmoush, who played a lot of minutes last year. You need people now to start contributing already, with Reijnders and Cherky contributing alongside Haaland. That was what they were missing last year, due to some players being injured, some players getting older. And that is what made them so successful in them last 4 or 5 years, because they have players like Mahrez, Gundogan, KDB, Foden, on top of Haaland. Mahrez is, when you can all get players that can chip in with 10 goals here and there over the season, that adds so much to your team's game. That enables you to bring players off the bench and make a difference. And games that Man City drew last year, I don't see them drawing them now. I think they've got that team, they've got that base, they've got that mixture of hunger with experience to go and chase Liverpool for that title again. And trust me, this is going to be such a fascinating season to watch. And I can't wait to see it unfold. And I can't wait to see Tijjani Reijnders, my player of the week, get better and improve at Manchester City, because he is in the peak of his powers right now at 27 years of age. And that debut there, an absolute masterclass. A big game against Tottenham coming up where I believe he will start again. And we can see if he can then showcase that consistency, because for him, it's not about goals and assists as well. It's about how he plays, how he impacts Man City, how he's driving runs, and how he creates space for others. It's the all-round game that I'm going to be watching, and it's the all-round game I'm going to be loving. Guys, make sure you smash a like on this video. Tijjani Reijnders has arrived at Manchester City, not only with a goal and assist, but with a bang. Guys, I will see you on the next video. Bless up.